Well, hello YouTubers, I am back at it again. This is my expedition, and if you watch some of my other videos, I had a heater core problem. It was plugged up, and I unplugged it in a couple of other videos, and I drove it for about 3 or 4 weeks after the third flush, and it's been working great. Then over the last couple of days, well, it's decided to do it again, and apparently there's still stuff in the engine, contaminants, and it's blocking off the heater core. And I've already got my hoses hooked up again, and this is flush number 4. I will win. I'm not giving up. So we're going to flush this out and see what we got. We got the bucket set up there. All I got to do is go in and turn the water on. If you have a Ford Expedition, Mercury, Mountaineer, any of those expeditions from 95 to up to 2000 and, well, I don't know, probably 10. I mean, I've been hearing stories that there's issues with heaters getting plugged up and into the heater core. People are having problems with no heat. This is what you might have to do. You might have to flush it out several times, but I really had thought the third time was the charm. It worked great, and I was doing some towing the other day with my trailer. I had towed a car back, and apparently the engine worked really good, and it loosened up all the extra contaminants that were still in it, and apparently it's got into the heater core. Now I'll show you my setup here a little bit. If you watch videos 1, 2, and 3 on the heater core, draining and cleaning and flushing, you will understand how I got my hoses hooked up there. They're just little disconnect clips here that go on there. You release those, you stick your hand up in under there, and here are the little clips. They go in there kind of like that. Rubber seal, hard seal, and rubber seal. And make sure you get those on there, because if you don't get those on there just right, you will have a leak. And you just gotta basically align this up when you stick it back on there, so those clips will go in there. And when you push that on there, you'll hear a click, and you know it'll be on there. But there's no way I can show you what it looks like up under there, because the camera will not zoom in there. I'm on my cell phone camera. So I've got all this hooked up, and let's go ahead and turn the water on and see what we get. All right, we've got the water turned on. Let's go ahead and turn this on, and I'm going to do a reverse flush, go back and forth a couple times, and kind of see what we get out of there. And there it goes. I already see stuff coming out. This is what you got to do sometimes. I'm not going to replace the heater core because I know it's okay. It's not leaking, but eventually I'll get the stuff out of the engine. The engine has also been flushed, and I couldn't find any contaminants in it. And wow, look at it already. Apparently there's a lot of stuff still in there, so we'll just flush away here. I'll set my camera down, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll flush this back and forth a couple times, a reverse flush, and we'll see what we have in that bucket. All right, for your viewing pleasure, I know you have nothing better to do. It's cold out probably wherever you're at, and you probably don't want to be outside anyway. It's not too bad today. It's about 40 degrees or so. And there's what we got. A lot of stuff still in that. Now I'm not sure where it's coming from, but quite a bit. Get some of it on my hands here. It looks like pieces of plastic. I don't know. A lot of it. So we'll go ahead and do this a couple more times. I'll clean out my bucket and flush it back and forth a couple more times and see if we hopefully get it all this time. But that's what you got to do sometimes. You just got to keep after it until you get it finished. Done right, I guess. All right, we're done. I got it all. I did a reverse flush. I did it back and forth a couple of times. And we'll look at the bucket here. See what we got. And I think this time I probably got it all. We'll dump the bucket out and see what's in here. Yeah, that's a lot better. Hardly anything in there now. So I'm hoping that this time that's a lot better. And that's like 3 or 4 buckets that went back and forth. So like I said, I was driving it the other day, towing, and that engine warmed up really good after being sitting for quite some time, and probably loosened up all the debris and contaminants that were in there. And what we'll do now is go ahead and slide my hoses off here, and I'll give you a quick look how I have it set up. There's that one. It's just a little standard clamp I have on there, a little small thing, enough to keep it on there. I'll take the other one off here real quick. Slide it out. It's a little chilly, so these hoses are a little stiff to work with. So, whoops, slide. Come back here. And there's that one. Like I said, it's just a little clamp. I have a bucket here that's got tons of clamps in it. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and put my seals back on. Put them on there. And slide my two hoses back on. Check the fluid level here. The antifreeze level, I should say. Which should be okay. When you take this off like this and flush it out, you don't really lose any antifreeze because it sits up pretty high. You might lose a cupful, but it's not a big deal. And we'll go ahead and put this back together and start it up, and we'll take it out and we'll see how the heater does. Hopefully it'll be a lot better again. Hopefully this will be the last time, but hey, that's the way it goes. You know how automobiles are. It's always something you got to deal with. But I was really surprised that this heater core gave me this much trouble. But we'll put it together and see how it works out. All right, folks. Well, that took care of the problem. I got heat again, nice and hot, and you can see my temperature gauge is up where it should be, and working pretty good. So I'm happy about that. I've been driving for an hour or two, and it's really high. I'm surprised that little bit of crud in there would block that heater core like that. Now my rear heater core. I have a rear heating system in this vehicle, and it doesn't work. The fan blows air, but it doesn't blow any hot air, so I may go back here in the back and see what's going on with that. But man, it's really hot. I'm driving about 45 miles an hour. So I figured I'd just do an update, let you guys know if you're still having issues with your heater core in your Expeditions and Fords and Mountaineers, and you flushed it and it was okay for a while, and it got warm again. Well, you'll probably have to flush it again because there's probably some stuff still in there. So I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll see how long this lasts. Hopefully it should be the last time. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and good luck, and stay warm because winter, well, we got another month or so left before spring gets here. All right, later. Till next time.